Hey fam, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications.
In Los Angeles and the music world turned out today to honor Nipsey Hussle, who was killed, gunned down on March 31st. The alleged shooter, Eric Holder, has officially been charged with the murder. He has pleaded not guilty, and the bond is $5 million. He is being held in solitary confinement, reportedly out of fear for his life. The funeral, billed as a celebration of life, was held at the Staples Center. More than 20,000 tickets for the event, which was free, were claimed within minutes of being made available online earlier this week. Today's processional began and went past the parking lot of the shopping center where Hussle was gunned down in front of his own clothing store. The same parking lot where he started his music career selling CDs. The funeral procession wound through the Crenshaw neighborhood onto the Staples Center, where the famous and the just regular folks came to pay tribute. The funeral started late, I hear an hour late, as thousands crowded into the venue that was once used for the Michael Jackson Memorial in 2009. There were performances and tributes from Nipsey Hussle's mom and longtime girlfriend, Lauren London. But let's begin with Karen Civil reading this letter from President Barack Obama.
While most folks look at the Crenshaw neighborhood where he grew up and only see gangs, bullets, and despair, Nipsey saw potential. He saw hope. He saw a community that, even through its flaws, taught him to always keep going. His choice to invest in that community, rather than to ignore it, to build a skills training center, a co-working space in Crenshaw, to lift up the Eritrean American community. He set an example for young people to follow and is a legacy worth of celebration. I hope his memory inspires more good work in Crenshaw and communities like it.
Somehow I know that there's a place up above with no more hurt and struggling, free of all atrocities and suffering, because I feel the unconditional love from one who cares enough for me to erase all my burdens and let me be free to fly like a bird, take to the sky. I need you now, Lord, to carry me high. Don't let the world break me tonight. I need the strength of you by my side. Sometimes this life can be so cold. I pray you come and carry me home. Can we recover? Will this world ever be filled with peace and harmony? War with no brutality. If we loved each other, would we find victory? But in this us, melody. Sometimes I'm so despondent that I feel the need to fly like a bird, take to the sky and reach you now, Lord. Carry me high, don't let the world break me tonight. I need the strength of you by my side. Sometimes this life can be so cold. I pray you come and carry me home.
I feel like when I was a little girl and you would read the story tales that there's a king and there's a castle and there's royalty and they're having a celebration and they invite people from lands far apart and wide to come into their kingdom and to celebrate with them. And I just thank you. I'm honored. And I know that if Ermias can look down on us, that he's very honored also. He was very humble. And I'm just glad that the legacy of love that my mother started and that she passed on to me, that I passed on to my son, and since he was in the public arena, that he passed some of the love in his heart into the love that's in your hearts. So let's water the seeds of love that Ermias displayed to you, that you know that you have planted in your heart. Let's water that love and let it grow.
We lost an incredible soul. We lost someone very rare to us, and we lost a real one. And we won't ever be the same. But in Hussle's words, because he used to always say this, the game is going to test you, never fold. Stay 10 toes down. It's not on you, it's in you. And what's in you, they can't take away. And he's in all of us. And to Ermias, the love of my life, you know what it is. Grief is the final act of love. My heart hears you. I feel you everywhere. I'm so grateful that I had you. I love you beyond this earth. And until we meet again, the marathon continues.
So we had just beautiful tribute from longtime girlfriend Lauren London. I love the way it ended with the marathon continues. We've been seeing a whole lot of memes about that going throughout social media, all over IG. But what is it about this particular death, Erica, that you think has kind of caused not just our country, but the world to stop and pay attention?
I think he's a really great example of the power of a pause, which I think we really need as a nation. There's a lot of divisiveness, and I think that having someone who's young, because our focus moving forward in the political space and in areas, the opportunities of growth, we're always looking at our youth. And so to have a young man who was very much so business savvy, also politically savvy, culturally savvy, to be struck down on, a day of celebration the way that he was, I think that was the pause that really kind of jerked collectively everyone back to a place to really take stock of what it is that we're prioritizing, and that all Black lives, Black lives do matter, and not just the ones that are celebrities, but all Black lives matter. So I think it was really just a time for us to really kind of step back and take stock of what's happening, what's important to us in this day and time.
Eugene, what struck me is he was really honest about where he came from and the kind of life that he was in. But in his death, people are seeing videos that they probably never saw before. Millions of people are seeing them where he's talking, as Erica said, about business. Things that he had to learn through the streets and through personal experience and through gleaning what he could from people he was around. So not just rap artists, not just what they think is a typical rapper, but in hearing his words and seeing, to me, what it proved was, you can come from something, but you don't have to end up that. So he broke that narrative.
The thing is this, there are a lot of people that talk the Black business talk, that talk the Black empowerment talk, that talk the rebuilding the community talk. The beauty of Nipsey was that he actually lived it. And he was that, before he was a rapper. to a degree, I think, rapping almost as a side job for him.
Right.
I watched the service, for the most part, all the way through. My favorite part of it was, outside of Janae just serenading us, my favorite part of it was his brother's speech. His brother actually gave the backstory on how they came to own that lot. It was almost literally by chance. They had come, it was an empty, vacant shopping center for the most part. They come and put up multiple businesses there. And then the city actually came down and put pressure on the lot owner. And, the lot owner essentially had given them 30-day notice on multiple slots that they were occupying for different businesses, a 30-day notice on them, and looked at them and said, listen, I don't want to kick you out, but the city's giving me pressure, the police are giving me pressure, the DA's giving me pressure. But what I want to do is sell it to you. And what his brother said, listen, we don't know how we're going to come up with the cash, we don't know how we're going to make it happen, but, Nip figured it out, and we ended up, owning a lot, and that's where he died. That's his legacy. And so the beauty of it is that, there are a lot of people that especially recently, the last couple of years, got on the black empowerment wave, got on the black business wave, and to a degree treated it like a wave. But for Nipsey, it was a lifestyle, it was a legacy development. I mean, you don't just, build an incubator for black kids to learn STEM and learn business and not leave a legacy. You don't come in and start multiple businesses in a particular area, because there is a certain thing when it comes to concentration and providing jobs in a concentrated area, and don't leave a legacy. But that's just one part of it. I mean, even from the music side, him literally owning all of his work, not being willing to kowtow to the big labels.
Right. Learning the lessons of the past is what that's called. But he, to me, he wasn't just talking the talk, he walked the walk. And he did it in the place that he came from.
All right, folks, back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one
Calling
moment.
all HBCU alums, students, and leaders. Enter the Ford Motor Company HBCU Mobility Challenge and win $25,000 for your school. That's a lot of dough. Come on, schools. Building on their long-term support of HBCUs, Ford is looking to improve mobility in HBCU communities through innovative solutions. The winning program will receive a grant of up to $25,000 to implement their proposal. The deadline to apply has been extended to April 15th, 2019. Go to FGB.Life for more information and to apply. Ford goes further in our community.
Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.